Greetings, teachers. I'm going to show you real quickly how to set up a blog. I'm just going to use blogger.com. You may want to use another one. I, for years, used EduBlogs, and with my classes, it was my learning management system when I was a classroom teacher. So you can pick whatever blog. This is just a very simple one to use. And you might want to check with your tech department to make sure that, if there's one that they prefer you use and if it's going to be cleared through the filter. Because when I first started using EduBlogs, it was caught in the state of Tennessee's filter, and I actually had to write a little appeal and they opened it. But you just want to make sure that you check that before you put too much work into it. So I've gone ahead, obviously, and created an account, and like 99.9% of the tools now to create an account, all you need is an email and a password, and you set one up. This is free. The article you read talks about kid blogs, and I looked at that one, but it is a 30-day free trial, and then you have to pay after that. And I'm just someone who, there's too many tools out there not to be able to find a free one. And so this one is free, as is EduBlogs. And I've already created, a blog. Now, if I want to create a new blog, I just go here, right here under 630, which is the name of the one I've created, and I just click New Blog to start a new blog. And when you create a blog, you just give it a title. So I'll call this one 630. LITR. You can pick an address if you want for this. So I'm just going to pick 630 LITR Blogspot. And then they have themes here. And there are more themes that you can pick. The one I just did, I just picked a simple theme because I like to keep things simple. Cuts down on the learning curve generally. And you click that, and I don't want to find a domain name. I didn't click on search the last time, but my guess is that's probably something they're going to want to charge you for. I just hit OK, and now I'm in my 630 one, right? I can click here, and there's my other ones. I've got a podcast one too, but you get the idea. So they're very easy to create. You can create as many as you want. Okay, and when you get ready, you just hit New Post. And again, this could be you having a teacher blog that you've set up for students to write on. They could be microblogging, where maybe you give them a prompt and they just use the comment section to make a comment on that. It could be an exit slip. Okay, again, what we're looking at here is just to get students to write, to get reluctant readers and writers to write. So you may have a prompt on your blog and then ask students to comment on that. What would be classified as microblogging to a degree. Twitter could be considered that. Instagram posts could be considered that. Just little short snippets, not long blogging. And if you're not familiar with blogs stands for weblog. It's a web journal. It's web journaling. But you could have students create their own blog because they're easy, as you just saw, and they're free. And then they could write collaboratively in the sense that they put their piece on here, their writing piece on their blog, and then their peers come in and make comments and suggestions about their writing. And again, the benefits are that collaborative nature of it, the peer editing or peer feedback. Teacher can provide feedback, and in addition to that, it can serve as a portfolio. And then finally, they're also writing for an authentic audience, and literature shows when they're writing for an authentic audience that they tend to write more and they tend to make fewer mistakes because they tend to take it more seriously, or they're more concerned about the perceptions of their peers related to their writing than they might be of their teacher. So I've created a post here, and we can just make this exit slip. If we wanted to, if we were using it in that regard. Or you may call it something like maybe you're writing a short persuasive piece, and the topic is students should be responsible. And so you just hit down here, you just, under compose, you just start writing. Okay. You can add images if you like. So I can click here on the image, and I can choose a file. So I can go to my desktop here and find a file. So I'm going to go under, let's see if I can find a picture here somewhere. Found one earlier. It was much easier. My classes were at the top. Bear with me. And so the picture I selected is this funny picture about people in the sinking ship, and they all have their phones out. I can click align it, make it small, medium, hit OK, and it puts it in there. Now it puts it in there as code, but when I hit publish, then it, well, let me go back to that. When I hit publish, oh, here we go, preview. So I publish it. When I hit preview, you can see that it turns it into, this is what my blog looks like. It's got the preview blank banner on there, but how nice is that? And this is just the simple one, so I can go back here, okay, hit update. And I can view my blog right here. And that's what you will share with me. So let me go back here, went through that sort of fast. So here's a post that I have, all right? If I want to add another post, click right here, add a new post, and put my new post in here. Hit publish, and now I've got 2 posts. Okay, if I want to edit those, view them, share them, delete them, very simple to do. You can see I've got no comments, nobody's viewed it yet. Okay, but you would be able to see, okay, exactly how many students have commented on it, okay, how many students have viewed it. And again, 2 posts have been published. If I want to view what my blog looks like, I just click right here, and you see my post. Okay, now what students would do is they would come in here and click on comment, okay, or where it says no comments, just click right here, and then they could add a comment. And hit. And now, when I go to my blog, you see I've got a comment here, right? Want to add another comment? Just click right there and add a comment. All right, very simple to use. One last thing I want to show you here. And you can see, you know, there are other things. It's hard to look at stats. I don't have anybody who's looked at it or made comments. Layouts, you can change your layouts, you can change your theme. And you can play around with these. Again, there's no way to mess it up. I just want to show you one last thing, because I like to try to keep these videos somewhat brief. Under settings, this is something that's important to us as teachers. Again, if you want to edit your title, if you want to provide a description, or the same for your students. And again, you can see this is very intuitive, very simple to use. You can change your blog address. Maybe you put your name in there and then you realize, you know, you had a typo and you misspelled your name. It's nice to be able to go in there and change it. So, blog administrator, that's me. Okay. Blog readers, it can be public, or I can hit edit, and I can make it where it is only private. Okay, so I can set those, you know, to make it where you know, we don't have it open to the public. I can add authors to this blog. Okay, so if I want to make a collaborative blog, if I want to have students working in pairs, I can do that. Okay, the other thing is the privacy. I'm still on the same page. I'm on settings. Okay, right here under privacy, listed on Blogger, click on edit. No, I don't want it listed on Blogger. No, I don't want search engines finding it. Hit save changes. Pretty simple tool, right? Pretty simple tool, and the end result is a pretty nice looking web page that you can use as your web journal, or your students can use as their web journal or their portfolio for their writing. So that's Blogger.